Welcome to a video from thedigitalLifestyle.com. In this video we're going to have a look at this Lenovo MIIX 700, a 2-in-1 tablet and PC. So what I'll do is I'll open the box up and we'll fire it up and I'll talk through some of the specs and have a look how it performs. So here's the tablet. As you can see, it's got a very nice screen, nice and bright. I'll talk about the specs in a moment. This is a 12-inch tablet and it has a keyboard as well. So let's just first look at the tablet side of things. So like I said, it's a 12-inch screen. It's got a capacitive screen. It's got a kickstand on the back that comes out like that, not unlike the Surface Pro range of devices. Lenovo say they've got this watchband style spring, which does make it nice and solid. And what I did notice as well is that you can really put it on, try and show you that there, that's it. You can really put it on any angle. You can get it quite flat really, like that. So have it flat like that all the way up to almost vertical. A bit further than it will some of the other devices will, like the Surface that I've got over there. So it's nice and light. I'll get the exact specs on thedigitalLifestyle.com to go with it, but it feels light. It works well in portrait and landscape mode. Some of the ports we've got on here. We've got USB, I think it's USB 3, or it doesn't specifically call it out as USB 3, so it might not be. I checked on the website, Lenovo website, it didn't seem to say. We've got a micro HDMI port, volume rocker and power. On this side we've got this power port here, which looks like USB but isn't. It's got a little sort of extra bit on the side and it comes with the power adapter for that. We've got a 5 megapixel front camera and a 5 megapixel rear camera with flash as well, which is quite interesting. So what about the spec? Well, I said it's got a 12-inch display, and this is running at 2160 by 1440, so nice clear display, very good colour reproduction, and nice and bright as well. It's quite glossy, but I quite like that in displays. I've got sort of used to that, used to be the one thing, so it's a bit reflective, as you can see every now and again. But I quite like that, and say it's got a nice clear display. It's a metal case as well. I mean, there's quite a large bezel on here that doesn't do anything apart from the camera on there, but kind of, you know, that's quite good for tablet because it means you're not sort of touching the edge. It's slightly bigger than on the Surface, especially the top and the bottom. So let me put this onto the keyboard. So this is the keyboard that comes with it. I'll attach that in a sec, and it's got a nice sort of leather feel to it because the keyboard itself makes it into a tablet, or into a laptop I should say, like that, and you can close it up and that's the cover on it. So it's got a nice multi-touch trackpad on there. Show you that supports 2-finger scrolling and things like that. And the keys are not too much trouble. I actually quite like this keyboard. It's an improvement over something like the original Surface Pro 3 type cover. These island keys on there, and it doesn't bend at all. It's not flexing too much. As you see, as I'm pressing on there, it doesn't flex too much because of this extra magnetic clamp. The other thing it comes with is an active digitizer pen. And so this is the pen. So you can use it in Windows for navigating around Windows, but the main thing you'd use it for is something like OneNote or Windows Ink when that becomes available in the anniversary update of Windows 10. So there's multiple pressure points, so you can do very fine writing or you can press down further. So you've got very fine control over your drawing, and so you can really get some heavier pen in there. So if you're used to using the pen for OneNote or other note-taking apps, this is a really nice pen, and it does come in with a little pen holder that you plug in the USB port. I guess you could plug it in the power port here on the side because it's not quite USB, but it's almost, and you can hold the pen on the side like that. Good thing about this is the cover and the pen come included with it, so you're not going to pay extra for the keyboard, which I really like. So what about specs? So this is a this is running an Intel M5 processor, which is the mobile processor, and it's fanless and it's got 4 gig of RAM as well. This model's got 128 gig SSD. There are different versions of it available. So the mobile processor in this works really well. I've been using it for with Word and Excel, and it handles them no problem. You can do video editing on it. It's probably, if you're going to do some real heavy Photoshop or video editing or audio editing, something like that, then you may be better with the i7 or the i5 versions, which I think there are versions available. But this M5 works really well with 4 gig of memory, and the SSD drive makes the whole thing a very nice, fast experience, very snappy as well. So performance is really good. I'll load up Minecraft because it's always a good way to test if it gets hot. Now the advantage with using the mobile processor is battery life. Let's have a look what this says now. This says 95%, 4 hours, 54 remaining. I've actually found I was getting more like 7 hours. Perhaps it's because I just found it open and loading Minecraft, but I was getting at least 7 hours battery of using Word and Excel, more than I did on something like the I think it was the X1, the Lenovo X1 tablet PC. No hissing either, so you know, you're running things up like this and there's no hissing from the fan, which is really good. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't get hot. So I think this mobile processor and design is a good combination between power and battery life and mobility. Can't hear any fan noise or anything else like that. Well, it's fanless, so I shouldn't, but always worth it, a nice little benchmark for that as well. So I'll close that down and we'll see if we get a more realistic view of the battery life on there when we left it running for a bit. There are a few negatives. There's just one that's popped up, and I don't suppose this is really the fault of Lenovo. I just prefer machines left clean without extra software, and this is one of the ones I really don't like. McAfee. I would rather use Windows Defender. It does a really good job, and if you're really worried, you can use something like Malwarebytes. So I wouldn't install this normally, and if it was my machine, this would be the first thing I uninstall. Also, there's a couple of other Lenovo apps, Write It I think it's called, and a few others here, Share It and Write It, which are... So I thought that Write It was something a bit more than a note-taking app, as I originally said, and the reason is, you see they've got the green boxes in there. It means you can do direct pen input. This is instead of using Windows default pen input, I guess. So I can go into the bar there and type I can't write this way around, but if you could, you can write into it in there and then enter it into there. Personally, I would probably use the built-in Windows. There's a little demo of it there actually. I would probably use the built-in Windows pen recognition, but maybe this is enhanced a bit more. I don't know. I did spend some more time with it to have a look. So those are the extra bits of software. There's not too much stuff with it. You don't get loads of bloatware. If I go to the all apps list, you know, we've got the usual thing, Candy Crush Saga and that kind of thing, but there doesn't seem to be too many bloatware applications. In fact, it seems fairly clean apart from McAfee, so that's a good thing. That's a quick overview of the device. Like I said, I really, this form factor is my preferred form factor. It's definitely the type of device I like to carry. It's thin, it's light, it's got a nice keyboard on it. You kind of get the best of both worlds. You can use it as a tablet, you can use it as a PC. The mobile processor handles the performance very well, and you get decent battery life out of it. It's got a very nice screen, you get the keyboard and the pen included. I was having a look around Amazon. I think this config was around £790, so it's an expensive device in terms of laptops, but very comparable to equivalent devices from Acer and Microsoft and Surface range. In fact, you probably struggle to get a Surface Pro 4 for this price with this keyboard as well. So I really like this device. I'm going to do a review on the digitallifestyle.com, so you can have a read of that as well. Definitely one of the nicest tablets I reviewed. I did review the X1, you can see that on our YouTube channel, the Lenovo X1, which was a bigger device, a more business orientated device. This is more of a consumer device. But I really like this, it's definitely my kind of device. Let's just have a quick check on battery before we finish off. So you can see now we're up to 4 hours 25, it's going up. Like I said, I got real world 7-hour battery life on it. It's a very nice device. You can find out more information on the digitallifestyle.com.